Hey, it's Tuesday tea time with Dorarena. So, hey, well, I'm thankful for how nice the weather has been, and I hope that you join us tonight and that you have your beverages and everything. Okay, so anyway, we're coming from Women of Wisdom. And we are a nonprofit organization. We're here to empower teen girls and women with practical wisdom and confidence, okay? And we're here to bridge that generational gap between the young ladies and the older ladies because we need each other, right? Okay, so I told you last week that we have our WOW workshop coming up in August the 21st. It's on a Saturday. We are going to have an awesome time, and I'm going to be sharing more information with you about that as we get closer to the date, okay? So you know that our wisdom topic have been the same is the power of transformation, where right now we're talking about the chrysalis stage. There are four stages to the life of the butterfly, which is our symbol, our example that we're using. One is the egg, the two is the caterpillar, three is the chrysalis, and four is the adult butterfly stage. Okay. So tonight, I usually share with you what I'm doing with my tea. So tonight, I am doing just regular sweet tea tonight. So tea time. This is my tea time cup that one of my daughter-in-laws had made for me. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, I'm blessed. Okay, so if you're joining us tonight, just give us a hashtag wow or wisdom in the comment box. Let us know that you're out there, that you're with us. Oh, hi, look at that. Wanda from Happy Tuesday from New Orleans. Well, I'm so thankful that you joined us tonight. So if you have, if this is your first time and you haven't listened to some of the previous videos, you that will help you. Hi, Virginia. And so we're talking about the power of transformation, okay? And so this is dealing with the life of the butterfly and the transformations that we go through as teenage girls and women, young ladies, and things like that. So some of the things that I've touched on was just the different stages in life that we go through. Right now, we're talking about that hidden development stage, which is the chrysalis stage. And some people would refer to the chrysalis as a cocoon. But actually, the cocoon is what moths develop in, butterflies develop in chrysalis. So that's a little education for you. Okay, so tonight, we're going to dive into about going a little deeper into this chrysalis stage. So once the butterfly finishes its last shedding stage, and then it forms the chrysalis and goes into the well, actually it degenerates, it goes and it turns into liquid. and before it starts to reform. Okay, so during this stage, I call it the hidden development because it's private. This is a private time in your life, a transformation where you're going inside and you're dealing with that, your past actually, and you're dealing with that child that grew up inside of you that may have dealt with some trauma situations or whatever is holding you back from moving forward in life. Okay. So we want to get you to the place where you understand what's going on, inside of you and move forward. Because, nobody likes being stuck. Even those that are stuck, they really don't like being stuck. Some people just don't know how to get out of being stuck. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I want to help you get past that. Okay. So you might want to go back and look at the previous video because it touched a lot on that basis. Okay, so talking about moving more bells out of the way. We're moving into new places, a new place of awareness, and we are learning who we are. Okay, and so at this point, wisdom is so important. Wisdom is so important. It plays such an important part in this part of transformation. Now we know that wisdom plays an important part of every situation, but this is critical, because now we're reforming, we're learning new things about ourselves, we're letting go of old things. Remember last time I said, we don't want to reject our past. We want to, because if we reject our past, we're rejecting our future. And what that means is you have to have something to, like a catalyst, something that pushes you forward. And usually our experiences in life causes us to impel or move forward, drives us forward. That's what impels me, to drive you forward, and so you don't want to hold on to the past. You don't want to reject the past. You just want to let go of it, and so that you can move forward. You got to face these things and go through them. You know what I'm saying? Don't get stuck in what happened to you. And I'm not, yes, we have a lot of trauma situations that happen to us. And like I said last week, what the person that did something to you is the one that's at fault, not you. So you can't keep blaming yourself for something that happened to you, when it wasn't really your fault. It was the evil and tendencies of that other person, not taking responsibility for doing what's right, or you know what I'm saying? People are just kind of messed up in this world in their thinking. And, that's on them. That's not on you. That's on them. And so you can't keep holding yourself back because you're blaming yourself for, what happened to you. Or you're like, why did this happen to me? And, why did I have to go through this? And all this kind of stuff like that. Don't get stuck on that. Move forward and, make something out of your life. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I know what I'm talking about because I done had to do the same thing, okay? Because I done been through some traumatic situations and, didn't really want to have to make the change, didn't want to have to face the child that went through that, and just, um, it's almost like you're going through it all over again. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned this: when things happen to you, it's painful. But you know what? Pain comes in, pain gotta go out. So when you allow that to just fester and sit there, you know, it will destroy you through depression, dissatisfaction in life, and just, low self esteem and not really being able to forgive yourself for something that you didn't even do. And even if it is something that you did do, you still need to forgive yourself. You still need to let that go. In order for you to move forward, you have to do that. Okay? Okay, so we're talking about using wisdom, you know, with moving forward, okay? And wisdom will always guide you to the top. Wisdom will always guide you to the truth. Wisdom will always make you successful because that's what wisdom does. It brings success into your life. And so we want to know, you know, how do we apply wisdom to our lives? Making good decisions and letting go of bad decisions that we made, turning that stuff around. Well, one thing, let me share this with you. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice, okay? Okay, so because within you, we all have a knowing, we all have a intuition, that will help us perceive things and know, that don't make sense, or that doesn't sound quite right. Or even when danger is around, we kind of can sense something is not right. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to uh, not drown out, or not let the noise around us drowned out what the inner voice is saying to us. Because that inner voice, that knowing in the inside, will help guide you in the down the correct path. Okay? Okay. Have courage to follow your heart. Have courage to follow your heart. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, I followed my heart and it led me in the wrong direction. Okay. Well, you know what? That may be true, but you know what? You got to stop and think and analyze until you get to the end result of something before you take a step. And sometimes that's the problem. In the busyness of the day, we don't take the time out to think things through before we make a move. I mean, I already know, listen, I was impetuous, just kind of jump out there without even thinking about stuff. I've learned that is a lack of wisdom. And it's better for you to just think things through and, get different perspectives, of how to deal with situations and it broadens your way of thinking and helps you to come to a better solution or a better result. Okay, a better answer. Okay, so in our everyday lives, we want to pay attention to what's genuinely going on inside of us. Because during this time of the chrysalis stage, you got a lot of stuff going on inside of you. Everything is melting down. Everything is reforming into something new. And, there can be a lot of confusion. There can be, your sense of confusion and your thoughts and your feelings, sometimes it feel like they're all colliding, and you got to take time to or pay attention and give yourself the time to analyze what is going on inside of me. Have you ever thought to yourself, I mean, I know I have thought this before. Sometimes you think, wow, I've been through this already. Am I going back, around this same mountain? Am I going back around the block again? I thought I already been through this, and sometimes it feels like that, sometimes it's like that, and if we take our time and pay attention to ourselves and, analyze the situation, we can get through it with wisdom. Okay? So, okay, there's something else I want to, I want to share with you. Oh, I want to share with you now. Now, listen, wisdom is not shallow. Okay, you know what shallow is, doesn't mean, it's not all that deep, but wisdom is not shallow. Now listen to what I want to read to you what Jim Rohn said. He said, don't spend most of your time on the voices that don't count. Tune out the shadow voices so that you will have more time to tune in the valuable ones. You know what? That's some good advice. That's some good wisdom right there. All the noise going around and trying to distract us and everything and get us off track. Sometimes you just gotta sit back, tune out people's opinions about you. Sometimes even your opinions about yourself, you got to tune them out, because you know what? You are wonderfully made. You are beautiful. You are one of the greatest creatures that have been created on this earth. Okay, you're the only one. Us females, we're the only ones that can reproduce life. That right there makes you an important person, and you gotta stop, yes, sometimes we suppress some things and haven't really dealt with our hurts. That is so true, Wanda. I'm so glad that you said that, because that is true. And you know what? We do need to face up to those things and have courage to face up to and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself that that I'm still hurting about that. Because really, if you don't be honest, if you're not honest with yourself about things, you really can't get to the truth of the matter, because I'm not saying that you're doing this, but it's like, we prefer the lie instead of truth, but It's the truth that makes us free. Okay. But let's see, Wanda says, but we have to know we are more than enough. Yes. And that's why I'm here to encourage you, to try to tell you that you are, awesome. And you got to get to that place where you recognize that that's who you are, and sometimes you just got to tell yourself, even when you don't believe it. Sometimes it's our self-talk that's going on inside of us. And listen, our self-talk and the talks that we've heard from other people that have put us down, that mistreated us and made us feel like we're not worth anything. Because, I was thinking about this long ago. Women have always been treated as second-class citizens. And, we treat ourselves like that because we've been being treated like that. But you know what? It's time for us women to come out and know who we are, know that we are valuable beings, know that, we have a lot of self-worth. We are worth a lot. And, I know that that's hard for some people to grasp, because at one time it was hard for me to grasp. But, I had to learn to face, the things that was making me feel that way. Why was I feeling like I wasn't worth much? Why did I have low self-esteem? We have to ask ourselves those hard questions. Why am I feeling the way I do about myself? Why do I act the way that I do about myself? And if you ask those questions, sometimes just get alone by yourself and sit back and think, okay, what happened to me? Why am I feeling this way? And talk it out, write it out, whatever you got to do to get it out, and so that you can know how valuable you are, how important you are. So, I want you to know that you are, okay? And you know what? Wisdom will speak to you and tell you who you are. And you got to not reject it. You got to not reject the truth about yourself. Even though you may feel a certain way, you got to talk yourself out of feeling that way. It takes us, and you know what? It takes us making the right steps and the actions and being brave and not being afraid to step forward, because, you're not going to like being in bondage. You're not going to like just constantly feeling negative all the time. That is not the life for you, and there is a better life for you. So you don't have to settle for less when there's so much more inside of you. Just like I shared once before, the power of transformation. Power is capability. All of us was born with the capability of being something great. And somewhere down the line, we got messed up. It might be because of a decision that we made, or it might be because of someone else's decision that they made. But even though we went through that, we don't have to stay there. We don't have to stay there. And I want to encourage you to not stay there, because you are more than the mistakes you made. You are more than the bad situation that happened to you. You are more than that. And I really want to encourage you to know that you are, and go ahead and ask those deep questions, and start taking baby steps. Just take baby steps, you know, and start liking yourself. You have to like yourself, you know, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I was mad at myself for the mistakes that I made, and I had to learn how to let that go and accept, the responsibilities for the mistake that I made. And I had to let go of the bad situations that others have done towards me or to me. And I had to learn how to forgive them and let that go. And really, that's your survival word right there. Forgive. Forgive the people that wronged you, and let that go. And sometimes we think we can't do that, but you have the ability within you to forgive. It's just a matter of whether you want to or not. And you just sometimes you got to make yourself do what you don't want to do. We know that sometimes when you get up in the morning, when we were all young, who always felt like getting up in the morning and going to school? Who felt like getting up in the morning and brushing your teeth and washing your face? Who felt like doing laundry? Who feels like doing dishes? There's a whole lot of things we don't feel like doing, but that's one thing that we may not feel like doing it, but it's a must thing that we must do in order for us to go to the next level in life. Stop holding yourself back by not allowing yourself to forgive those that wronged you, or forgiving yourself for bad decisions that you've made. Okay, I've been there, done that. Okay, that's why I'm here to encourage you that you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And that's how we need to look at life. Not, oh, she did this. Ugh, look at her. No, she did it. I can do it. Okay, so I want to encourage you with that. Okay, and listen, during this time in the Chrysallis, this is something that we have to do ourselves, and I want to tell you this story, and then I'm gonna have to continue next week. But I want to tell you this story about this butterfly, was in the Chrysallis, and this man, he came by and saw the Chrysallis, and he was watching it and everything, and he noticed that, there was like a struggle inside the Chrysallis. And the man just was like, oh man, he was just, it was hard for him to see the butterfly struggling inside the Chrysallis. So guess what the man did? He, with good intentions, went to help the butterfly by opening up the Chrysallis. And when he did that, the butterfly was halfway developed. So because the butterfly was halfway developed, the butterfly died. So, this is during a stage where we have to go through this struggle by ourselves. And, I don't know if you know this or not, but when the butterfly or is forming inside the chrysalis and the wings are forming, the wings are being strengthened as they try to cut through the chrysalis. So they are building strength in their wings at during that time, so that when they do come out, they'll have the strength to fly. And so this is the only way. Let me put it like this. I heard Dr. Caroline Leaf say this: the only way out is to go through. And that's the best way to get out, is to go through. You gotta go through, because those struggles strengthen us and they make us strong. Teenage girls, young ladies, and women, they make us stronger and stronger, and helps us to make better decisions with wisdom. And it gives us confidence that we can do it. We can do these things, ladies. We can do it, So I am your cheerleader. We can do it. We can do it. Yay, yay, yay. Okay? So believe in yourself and believe that you can do this thing. Remember, the struggle is there for us to strengthen our wings so that we can fly, and forget about the voices of other people's opinions about you. You need to have the right opinion about yourself, okay? That deserves a tea break. Tea time. That's sweet tea. I like sweet tea. Okay, ladies. So let me just give you this. Next Tuesday, I have an event that I have to be at, and so I won't. We won't be here next Tuesday, but we will resume on April the 20th. I think that's the following Tuesday. Okay. So, and then I'll, by that time, I will give you more information about our WOW workshop that's coming up in August, okay? Let me look on here and see if there's anything that I like to share with you before we go. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, ladies. So don't give up on yourself, okay? Go through and get through so that you be stronger on the other side, all right? Well, I can't wait to be back with you on the 20th. And remember, my WOW friends, walk in wisdom, okay? This is Dorarena, and I'm out, and mwah, I love you. Good night.